Yeah, good morning, students. Good morning, Tara Shankur sir, and all other faculty members. If there is anyone, I don't know. Uh, I'm sorry, we are bit late from the schedule. So, due to some format related issues of the presentation. Anyways, that thing has been sorted out and we are good to go now. So I would just like to check in whether Pulosto sir, if you could play the presentation, if it is okay with you, and
Okay.
uh, and students, if you could just let me know while typing in the chat box whether you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, Disha, thank you very much. All right, Tanmay. Okay, fine, I got it. I hope everyone can listen me. And we have our presentation also uh, up and running. So first of all, let me start with a presentation. Why I am presenting this presentation, though I am not a huge fan of presenting PPTs, it always seemed to me that presenting PPT uh, is boring. Anyways, but in order to explain you the process, we have to follow this protocol and we have to present this PPT just to give you an overview how we, Chaibasa Engineering College and placement cell of this institute works towards ensuring placement opportunities, training opportunities, and other relevant piece of activities which would shape up your training and placement journey. And finally, which would give you an opportunity to work in the professional domain and world for which most of you are here participating, attending this course, or enrolled in this course. Anyways, let's not waste time and let's straight away dive into this thing. Uh, so this is our title slide, nothing much here. So now we would like to move to our second slide. Yeah. So here in our second slide, as you can see on your uh, screen, we have pointed certain elements and sections there. So I would have loved to play this thing in an animated way, but somehow that thing, due to format issues, didn't work. So, anyways, otherwise it would have looked better. So this slide is saying primary roles task for the students in training and placement activity. Here T and P activity uh, signifies training and placement activity. So it starts with number 1 point, which starts with left hand side dark yellow color, which you can see the symbol where you see a form and a pen. That implicates that all students, here students means you, uh, have to participate in this database fill up process in order to make yourself available for the training and placement activity or eligible for the training and placement activity. So the question is why you have to fill up these forms. You can ask this question that, sir, we have already filled up lots of forms during admission and all this stuff. So why we have to fill up this form again? Because this is important. This is one of the most important thing you are going to do, or rather you would do in coming days, because placement is considered one of the prime outcomes of your 4 year long education. So in order to ensure a hassle free placement activity, we have to have your data, that too in an appropriate format, appropriate form, and that too correct data at our disposal, so that we could serve this thing with the concerned organization and smoothen the process. So the first process, which says that number one mentioned that concerned students have to fill up student database from the uh, student database form to participate in TNP activity. So here, to simplify things, we would present you a Google form. So whenever you get a Google form for TNP activity, it would hardly take 5 to 10 minutes. Now for that 5 to 10 minutes, give this 100% priority and fill it up with utmost concentration. All right. Now there comes second step, which is marked as a right symbol, right, on lighter yellow color. So this is all about verifying your data, and that verification needs to be done by yourself only. Say, for example, if you have uh, put somehow a wrong date of birth, or maybe wrong phone number or email ID in your database. So if that goes ahead with the company and company sends you a mail or SMS, you probably won't get that one. And if a company has a age restriction, so if you have misprinted your date of birth and your age somehow becomes higher than the company criteria, then you may miss out to those opportunities. And of course, one of the most relevant thing is marks. Suppose you have misprinted your marks and one company is asking for 70% minimum marks to participate in the placement drive. Now you have misprinted, like you probably you had 79, but somehow you have typed it 69. So for this typing mistake, you could become not eligible for this drive. So here the summary is all submitted data needs to be verified by all concerned to confirm or double check relevant information such as email ID, phone number, and marks. So these are the things which is uh, a task which you people should do with utmost sincerity, which is being presented to you now. Now, number three, you can see a symbol which is pretty familiar to you. You can find out this symbol almost every day because I guess everyone is surfing YouTube, and all YouTubers, they have this mantra with every video. Please click that bell icon and subscribe to this channel for feeds and etc etc. So here this subscription symbol implicates that your subscription to TNP group mail. Okay, so we have a training and placement group mail which would be provided you in due course of time. So you have to ensure that you are subscribed to that group mail so that you get every piece of information in due course of time. All right. And it not only stops there, we have taken a step ahead because at times we have a tendency not to pay our attention towards email. So we have taken another step. So what we have did, we have formed, earlier we used to do with WhatsApp groups. Now we have shifted ourselves into Telegram because Telegram has lots of features and facilities which WhatsApp, uh, as of now, did not have at their disposal. So we have moved towards Telegram. So we'll be having a Telegram channel where you would be part of, and that subscription to that Telegram channel is also crucial because then you get all the information handy at your mobile, at your I mean at your home screen probably, or at your Telegram channel screen. So these subscription is also very crucial in order to remain updated in the TNP activity. Now, coming to the final segment of that circle, which is kind of shown in a symbol where someone is standing on top and three people is standing or sitting. This is implicates, this image implicates participation in the events like pre-placement talk. It could be a registration because many companies arrange or organize registration forms or registration events prior to their placement drives. So whatever events would be thrown to you in the form of pre-placement talk, registration process, or maybe placement discussions, you have to participate in all these events in order to ensure that you are updated with all relevant informations and uh, event schedule which is about to happen and which is related to your future placement activity. Now, these are the primary roles and tasks which you as a participant need to do and need to be very much concerned of in order to ensure your better performance, or I mean fruitful outcome in the section of placement or campus recruitment. Now let's move to next slide. Can we have next slide? Yeah. So the next slide says it is depicting the entire placement structure, which we claim that we have two directional placement system in our institute or at our disposal. What is two directional placement system? Here, two directional placement system you can see in the image where one arrow is showing institute stroke Jharkhand level placement. So we have two types of placements to enable you maximum job opportunities. One is provided from institute level. That means people, those who are responsible for placement activity at institute level and Jharkhand level, because you are already aware that we have 3-4 institutes at Jharkhand under the banner of Techno India Group. So we have two units working at state level. One is institute unit, another is state level unit, that is Jharkhand level placement cell. So both these things works together to provide you placement opportunities. Now there is another placement opportunity, which is immense one and which is one of the premier placement facilities which we provide in the course of in due course of time. That comes from Techno India Group placement cell, that is termed as Central Placement Cell, which they often say CPC, Central Placement Cell. So now you can see this placement comes from two directions, one from the institute level, another from central level. So company number of companies coming from CPCs are higher because CPC has been conducting placement drives for last 15-16 years. You name any company, that company is associated with Techno India Group. So with this feature, you can leverage all placement activities which are being conducted by training and placement cell with of Techno India Group. Now, if we bifurcate, if we deep dive in terms of number, we can see it's an average number. You can always find 5% here and there. That out of the total placement opportunities we provide, 55% comes from institute and Jharkhand level placement sections, and 45% comes from TIG level placement sections, that is CPC. All right. So this is how we offer you or provide you space, opportunity to get job offers or campus placements. Here are two units working hand in hand to give you the maximum result. Now, if we go to next slide, we have this title that what we do for you. What we do for you means what are the things which we do as a unit of training and placement cell inside this institute, or as a state unit of training and placement cell, Jharkhand unit Techno India Group. So the first thing is collect, find opportunities. So what is collect or find leads or opportunities? It is, we find out the companies, organizations who are looking for or who are searching for freshers like you people, when you would be eligible for hiring process for their company. So we find out these organizations and companies. So that is one thing we do. Now, second thing what we do is credential analysis. Now we may find out 10 companies, but we do, doesn't necessarily arrange placement drive with 10 companies, because we have our own process. So after finding out those opportunities, what we do is we deep dive into their credentials, like their registrations, their past performance, and employee feedbacks, their turnovers, their CTC. So we do all this analysis and see whether this company, this lead, this organization is appropriate for you people or not. Now, moving to third sections, which we do is involve them into placement system. So we have a structure of our placement. This so what we then do, once we are satisfied with their credential analysis, we invite them to uh, organize a placement activity, either be it a on-campus drive or a virtual drive or maybe a group campus drive. So then we include them as our placement partners or maybe training partners or internship partners, and then they become a system of ours, and then they follow all the processes which we have laid down to complete a recruitment process. Now, another most important thing which we do is enhance skill sets. So what we do is we always engage in activities which would enhance your skill sets. What do you mean by skill sets? See, we all have certain set of skills, but doesn't necessarily mean those skills are sufficient for the industry use. So we need to enhance them according to the requirement of the industry. So what we do here is we arrange lots of training, lots of talks, lots of sessions, webinars, industry resource persons who would guide you, who would help you out, who would let you know that what are the skills you need most and how much you need them, and what are the area where you can improve them, and what are the course materials, study materials which would help you to enhance your skill sets. So these are the things uh, as a whole we do for you. Now, moving to the next one is this is the infographic training timeline. So we have a structured training process for you people, those people who have taken admission. So we not only took this initiative just before the placement, it is a 4-year long process. So we have laid down a structure. The structure is on your screen. So first one is basic awareness. So from the first year itself, and for the lateral people, for the second year itself, we organize lots of primary level awareness program, which would give you a basic idea how placement works, what are the things you need to do, what are the skill sets you need to acquire, and all this stuff, so that you could have a basic idea to involve yourself into this into this uh, atmosphere of training and placement. Now, getting back to the second timeline position, that is initial sessions. Now, from the second year itself, we start certain training. Earlier, it was limited to the awareness level program. Now, from second year itself, we start basic level trainings. That includes, I mean, speaking ability, writing ability, CV making sessions, and these basic stuffs, which is pretty much required and evident in the course of training and placement. This kind of training sessions we start from the second year itself. Now, the third section is the serious one, and this is the most important part, which is showing at your screen, is soft skill sessions. So nowadays, all of you are very much aware that how important soft skill is, or other interpersonal skill is. So we arrange, we conduct, we organize lots of soft skill training, classes, sessions, talks to enable you or to equip you in terms of uh, performance during interview or other sessions. So this kind of trainings, which are at par with the industry level things, we start at the beginning of the second year or the end of the at the beginning of the third year or the end of the second year. Now the final one and the most important one is interview ready sessions. So we organize lots of mock sessions, which would give you an idea how interviews are held, how companies are going to assess your skill sets, how you would be thrown into situation where they would judge you whether you are best fit for their companies or not. So we organize lots of mock sessions, and then afterwards we give you feedback. Look, these are the areas where you need to improve. So this would help you immensely in your preparation for the final placement interviews or campus interviews. So basically, we would do this thing in the beginning of the third year or mid of the. This continue till the completion of the third year, because after third year, uh, you almost uh, got all the opportunities, or I mean, by the end of third year, all the relevant opportunities uh, come to an end, because by the beginning of fourth year you start getting your joining letters or LOIs. So at the beginning of fourth year, the recruitment processes uh, get reduced significantly. So that's why we focused ourselves to limit this session by the mid of third year, or max to max to the end of third year. So this is how we arrange training programs in order to make you confident, in order to make you prepare, in order to make you eligible for the placement opportunities. So the next one, which is also some sort of important thing, this has nothing to do with you. This is just to give you an idea how we have uh, traveled so far, or like this is a small summary of our journey in the field of training and placement. Like you have seen, the as of now, almost 165 companies have conducted placement drive or internship drive or training programs with us in the campus. When we say in the campus, means it is associated with the state and institute level training and placement sections. Now, the next one is uh, uh, move to previous slide, please. Yeah, the next segment is 117. Almost, these numbers could vary up to 10%, because this data was collected 1 month back. All right. So 117 campus recruitment took place from 2016, because our first batch passed out in the year 2017. So we started our campus recruitment activity from the year 2016. So from 2016 to till date, almost 117 companies and counting have conducted placement or internship drives at our campus. Now, as of now, almost 695 job offers were made from all these campus drives which were mentioned. Now, this is the job offers which is being made during campus recruitment. This doesn't include off-campus recruitment drives. All right. So move to the next one. Uh, this is one of the important thing, and I would like to discuss this in length and breadth. So the thing is, the title says expectation from the students. Now, what are the things you need to do in order to stay relevant, stay updated, stay eligible for this events and to be featured into those numbers which I had presented. So these things are like, first thing is participate in all activity. This is must. Oh, when I say all activity means it is filling up this registration process, participating in pre-placement talks, sessions, groups, and all these things. I mean, if you miss any activity, then you would miss a possible placement opportunity. Now, the next thing which is very crucial and one of the most important thing, that is maintain good grades. Now, please be very certain about this, that companies who are recruiting, they are not going to compromise with their standards. So certain companies have certain standards that they want their students to have minimum 60% marks. Certain companies want 70%, 85%. So if you maintain good grades, means you made yourself eligible to participate in almost every drives. So in case your grades are lower, in case you have supplementary things, I mean back papers, then you are making your life a bit difficult in terms of participating in the campus drive, because company has certain criteria in terms of marks. Now, third and another most important thing is update skill sets. Now, lots of people think if I have good marks, if I am good speaker, if I can speak well, that is enough. No, let me tell you, that is not enough. You have to update yourself every time, because the world is changing very fast, and the industry, which is, be it any industry, it is core software, is also changing very rapidly. So if you stay updated with the latest trends, latest technologies, the better your chances are, the better possibilities you would get. So this is important. Last but not the least is appear in all relevant opportunities. Most of people have this notion that since I am studying mechanical, so I won't participate in the software or maybe IT companies engagements. If I am studying in electronics, I won't go into software things. If I am studying in electrical, I won't go into software things, or maybe marketing things, or maybe business related things. Please do not keep these kind of notions. So why I'm saying, the more you participate, the more your experience would be, the better your knowledge would become. So after, I mean, by participating in a events or drive or in a campus placement opportunity doesn't ensure or doesn't hold you that you have to join that company, but it would give you a confidence. Once you crack an interview, it would it would enhance your confidence to some other level. It would give you a moral boost that look, you have cracked that interview, you can any other interview as well. Besides, you would get a real time experience how people are taking students or recruiting students. So these are the things which we would expect from you in terms of placement and training activity, which is essential in order to avail maximum opportunities. Now, since I have going on and on for some time, I would just quickly like to know if you have understood as of now, or if you have any questions and queries, you can type it very quickly in the chat box related to things which we have discussed as of now. If you have any doubts, if you want to repeat, if you want me to repeat something, then please type in and let me know. uh yeah, so anyone? All right. Habib is saying, what are the most recruiting company which have come in past couple of years? So Habib, this is very obvious question, but as I said, I would like to go back to that slide, that we have 165 companies as of now. So all these companies are different companies. So we have, among these, we have many companies which have come for 3 years consecutive, 2 years, 4 years. But I'm sorry, but there are new companies, there are various other companies. So it is not like that one single company is recruiting most. And nowadays, since we are inviting more and more companies, so bulk recruitment is not happening nowadays. Let's be very honest with you. Earlier, 5 years from now, it used to be a zero slot, when people or company used to come and they used to take 100 people at a time. So these things are not going to happen now. So what happens is, the companies which are coming, max to max, they are recruiting, if I say from last 2 3 years experience, 20 to 30 odd students maximum. In last 3 years, there was one company who had provided job offer to 45 students. So that was the maximum thing. And to name few companies, like Accenture recently offered 7 job offers, or 6 if I need to be very specific. Bhushan Power Steel, few years back, offered 13 offer letters, 13 job offers. So these kind of numbers are there. So it's like, if I take all these names, so it would take very elaborative time. So I hope, Habib, I have answered to your question. Now I have lots of question pouring in. Ayan Alam, sir, college provide us any internship program? Ayan, let me tell you, we do not have any uh, guaranteed internship scheme. Yes, we do have certain collaboration associations that recently we have associated with Upgrad. So they are also going to provide some internships. We have associated with Zero Lab. We have lots of associations. We have association with Bosch. So these companies are slowly but steadily providing internship opportunities, which would be provided, which would be informed to you in due course of time. But if you are considering that everyone would get an internship, that is something I am afraid I have to tell you that is not going to happen. You have to compete, and opportunities for the internships are limited. Uh, Now, Sunny Kumar, next question: is lateral entry also get placement? Yes, Sunny. Uh, there is no reason that lateral entry student will not get placements. Lateral entry students also receiving placement offers, and they are also performing neck to neck with the regular students. I must say, in recent years, lateral students' performance are fantastic. So don't need to be worried about lateral things. Rupa Kumari said, sir, for MNC, what grade should we maintain in all 4 years? Yeah, Rupa, very good question. So, from my experience, I cannot predict future, but if you can maintain a CGPA or SGPS close to 8, I think that would be more than enough to ensure your eligibility in all drives, because none of these companies are, I haven't seen a mark criteria higher than 8. 7.5 or 7.75 is the highest I have seen. So on safe side, if you maintain 8, that would be, I think that would be good. Now I would take this last question. Rahul Kumar, sir, I want to know about technical fest in our college. Very good question. Rahul, technical fest, I am pretty confident. You would hear me, you would see my face, because technical and cultural fest is something where I take a lot of interest, and I always involved in this kind of activity. So you would see this thing this year, hopefully, because we have seen certain changes in the whole pandemic scenario. So probably we would come up with Tech Fest this year. And you people are lucky that this year you would find Tech Fest. So, okay, fine. Thank you very much. Now move to our next slide. So these are the some like uh, example, or rather some success stories which we are very proud of. Why we are proud of? Why we have mentioned? Because uh, these people only in this on the screen. You have only 4 students, but please don't get worried. This is not the entire number. We have lots of other students who are placed. But when we see top placements across years, we have seen a very fascinating trend that girl students, and I am personally very proud about this thing, that being a very remote institute where we have lots of challenges, but girl students from our institute have uh, I mean, they have achieved milestones. To start with, 2017, very first batch, you can see the image, Shushmita Kumari Nishad. She got placed in Oracle with an annual CTC of 18 lakh per annum. So this is a huge achievement, and we take a lot of pride. Now, we have lots of other peoples who have achieved greater heights. And boys, please don't get somehow annoyed that only girl students featured in the list. I am slightly biased about this, but yes, lots of boys have achieved lots of things. I haven't mentioned their name, so please forgive me for that. But in the middle of that, lots of boy students has also successfully got placed and achieved a lot of milestones. Now, coming to this year, I have now featured only this year's from 2, 3, 4. This is Pooja Kumari. She got placed in ADM DG Mentor. This is a Dubai-based company, and she got. I mean, she hasn't joined this company. She had joined Ericsson instead. She got a placement offer of 13 lakh per annum. She is from EC, and she is from 2021 pass out. And next is Ria Rath. She is a CSC pass out 2021. She got placed in Hitachi. She is working with Hitachi now, and with an annual CTC of 6.7 lakh per annum. Now, remember I had mentioned we have 2 layers of placement thing. One is from institute, another is CPC. Now, Ria got placed from central placement level initiatives, and Pooja got placed from institute level initiatives. So isn't it wonderful that both these work wings are, I'm sorry, performing heavily and bringing very significant opportunities. Now, last but not the least, Niti Sinha. She is from EC, 2021 pass out, got placed in NSIM India Private Limited with an annual CTC of 5.2 lakh per annum. So these are the few superheroes. I call them superheroes to me because these people have achieved something which not many people would have thought of, because when they took this decision to get admitted in this institute, probably their friends and lots of people have thought, okay, how this institute would perform, I don't know what your future would be, but they have shown, they have proven, and they have also made us proud. So yeah, that is all. But we have many more, and I'm sorry I could not include everyone. And we are proud equally for every one of them. Now moving to next slide, which is slightly informative and probably relevant for you people. Can we have next slide, please? Yeah. So this is the setup of training placement cell. So central placement cell, like I mentioned, this is the premier authority that is called a CPC. Under CPC, there comes Institute Training Placement Cell. So, which is this cell which we are talking now. So, under Institute Placement Cell is being headed by Professor in charge, Institute Placement Cell, which is currently my responsibility. Now, under this, we have 2 wings. One is student placement representative. We have a separate section where every department have 2 placement representatives who work hand in hand with the professor in charge for the training and placement cell. And we also have another panel with the department faculty members who also work hand in hand. And all these two sections directly serve to the other students whenever there is a requirement to decimate information, collect data, or collect feedbacks. So this is how the entire setup works. Now, if we go to the next slide, that is, can we have next slide? Yeah. So this is how you can reach us. A training placement cell mail ID is this. Now we have Telegram channels like we have mentioned. This is there in the on the screen. So currently the Telegram channel uh, which you have joined, that would be converted for the training and placement Telegram channel for the regular students. Now for the lateral students, don't get worried. You would be shifted to another group. The link is there on the screen. And in due course of time, we would share the link with you. So you don't have to worry about those things now. So now the house is open for Q&A. I can take questions. Now you can unmute yourself. I would not give you this pen to type it down. If anyone has any questions, we can have, I think, 10-15 minutes discussions. We can discuss and I would try to answer your questions. Yeah. Can we have any questions? You can unmute yourself and go ahead, ask your questions and queries if you have anything. Can we have any questions? And I see the participation is very low. Why is it so? It's only 55 students have participated. This is one of the most important thing, or this would be one of the most important thing in your life in coming years, training and placement. So I was wondering why participation is so low. Anyways, nonetheless, any questions, guys? I don't see any hands or maybe anyone unmuting themselves. You can go ahead and ask your questions. If you have any questions, doubts regarding to the PowerPoint presentation we had presented, or maybe any other questions you have, which concerns or other, which is concerned with the training and placement thing. Anyone? I don't see anyone asking questions. Why? Okay. In the meantime, if you are not comfortable, you can drop your questions, queries in the chat box itself.
Sir, what is the placement record for civil engineering branch?
Placement recruit civil engineering branch. Okay, very good question. So, civil branch में क्या होता है कि let's be very honest with you. अभी पिछले 2 साल से पेंडेमिक चला, राइट? आपको तो पता है पेंडेमिक चला, तो पिछले 2 साल में क्या हुआ ना, आपको शायद इतना आइडिया होगा, you must have this basic idea that civil engineering deals with lots of physical activity like construction of roads, buildings. It also involves CAD or drawing other things, but most of the jobs come from physical activity. क्योंकि last 2 साल से most of the physical activity farms were closed, तो उनका जो requirement है वो थोड़ा सा लो है, तो ये impact पिछले 2 साल में फील हुआ है. अब वी आर होपिंग दैट नाउ, क्योंकि अभी सारा चीज ओपन हो रहा है, तो देयर वुड बी सर्टेन राइज इन द रिक्वायरमेंट इन द मैन पावर सेक्शन. सो जब वो रिक्वायरमेंट होगा वो रिफ्लेक्ट होता है हमारे प्लेसमेंट्स पे भी. जब कंपनी के पास काम आता है तो कंपनी रिक्रूट करता है, और तब कॉलेजेस के पास वो जाते हैं फ्रेशर्स को रिक्रूट करने के लिए. अगर आपका क्वेश्चन का सही मायने में आंसर दिया जाए तो पिछले कुछ साल में हमारे पास कुछ कुछ अच्छे कंपनीज आए थे सिविल में. अगर स्पेसिफिकली पूछे, जैसे प्रिज्म जॉनसन एक बहुत उम्दा कंपनी है जो हमारे प्लेसमेंट पार्टनर भी है. हमारे यहाँ से अभी तक प्रिज्म जॉनसन बहुत कम लेते हैं, लेकिन पिछले 3 साल में वो 4 स्टूडेंट को रिक्रूट किए हैं, और वो करीब करीब 4.8 लाख से 5.6 लाख के पैकेजेस देते हैं। इसके बावजूद और भी कुछ कंपनीज है, जैसे गैमॉन इंडिया का, एक बार हमारे यहाँ पे गैमॉन इंडिया आया था, लेकिन कोई सिलेक्ट नहीं हो पाया, दैट इज अनफॉर्चुनेट। सो दिस ईयर ऑल्सो वी आर प्लानिंग विद गैमॉन इंडिया। और ये बड़े बड़े कुछ कंपनीज, बाकी छोटे फार्म्स बहुत आते हैं, मैं बड़े बड़े कुछ कंपनीज का नाम ले रहा हूँ। उसके साथ साथ एक देयर इज ए एनजीओ जो नॉन प्रॉफिट है, लेकिन अच्छा सैलरी पैकेज ऑफर करता है, जो गवर्नमेंट के साथ काम करता है, वो है प्रधान। सो प्रधान हमारे रिक्रूटमेंट पार्टनर है, जो विलेजेस में छोटे छोटे कंस्ट्रक्शन लेवल काम करते हैं, डेवलपमेंट लेवल काम करते हैं। वो हर साल लगभग 4 से 5 स्टूडेंट्स रिक्रूट करते हैं, जो कि कुछ सिग्निफिकेंट नेम में से है। बाकी देयर आर यूपी और नोएडा साइड से और राजस्थान साइड से बहुत सारे एंसिलरीज और बहुत सारे वेंडर कंपनीज है, जो बड़े बड़े कंपनीज के हैं, वो लोग आते हैं और वो लोग रिक्रूट करते हैं। और टेक्नो इंडिया साइड से मेजर कंपनीज का आप कोई भी कंपनी ले ले जो सिविल में एक रेपुटेड नेम है, उसमें आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगा। मैंने ये इंस्टीट्यूट साइड का बताया। आई होप मैंने आपका क्वेश्चन का आंसर किया है। एनी वन, और कोई किसी को कुछ पूछना है? वी हैव आई गेस 5 more minutes।
सर
यस, आप
सर
अपना
जो
नाम बताएं पहले।
सर मेरा नाम मोहम्मद मोहसिन अंसारी है।
ओके मोहम्मद मोहसिन, बताइए आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है?
सर जो इंटर्नशिप है जो कॉलेज प्रोवाइड करेगा वो सर किस किस तरह का इंटर्नशिप प्रोवाइड करेगा, और जैसे मान के चलिए अगर हम ऑफ कैंपस इंटर्नशिप लेते हैं और उसमें 2 महीने
आई थिंक आई हैव लॉस्ट यू। अगर आप रिकनेक्ट हो पाए तो या आप हैं माइक पे? I'm sorry, guys. I think I have lost him. Anyone else?
हेलो
Yeah. Your voice was breaking a bit. Okay. बताएं क्या क्वेश्चन था आपका?
सर जो इंटर्नशिप प्रोवाइड करता है कॉलेज
हम्म।
वो कौन सा इंटर्नशिप प्रोवाइड करता है, और दूसरा मान के चलिए अगर हम ऑफ कैंपस इंटर्नशिप के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं और जैसे उसमें 1 मंथ का इंटर्नशिप रहता है, 2 मंथ का इंटर्नशिप रहता है, तो उसमें अगर हम इंटर्नशिप अपना इंटर्न करने गए और कॉलेज में कुछ वैसा पढ़ाई हो रहा है तो कॉलेज के तरफ से कुछ गैप या कुछ वैसा प्रोवाइड होता है कि हम अपना इंटर्न भी कंप्लीट कर ले और कॉलेज का भी वर्क जो है पूरा कर ले।
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग दिस। सॉरी, मैं आपका नाम फिर से एक बार आप बताएं, आपका नाम क्या था?
मोहम्मद मोहसिन सर।
ओके मोहम्मद मोहसिन, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन। बाकी लोग भी इसको ध्यान से सुन सकते हैं। मोहसिन ने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा है वो बहुत रिलेवेंट है। सो इंटर्नशिप के लिए हमारा कुछ बेसिक क्राइटेरियाज है, जो आप लोगों को डॉक्यूमेंटेड फॉर्म में प्रोवाइड कर दी जाएगी। वो प्रोवाइड होगा सेकेंड ईयर में, अभी मतलब सेकेंड ईयर के एंड में। बेसिकली हम लोग सेकेंड ईयर से पहले कोई इंटर्नशिप अलाउ नहीं करते हैं। अगर आप अलाउ नहीं करते हैं मतलब आप कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके लिए कोई कंपनसेटरी मतलब आपको कोई कंपनसेशन नहीं दिया जाता। कंपनसेशन मतलब अगर आप इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हैं, उस दौरान क्लासेस मिस हुआ तो क्लास का अटेंडेंस और उससे संबंधित जो भी आपको मतलब एडवांटेजेस देना चाहिए, वो प्रोवाइड नहीं होता है सेकेंड ईयर तक। ये हमारा गाइडलाइंस है। नाउ आफ्टर सेकेंड ईयर आपको अगर कोई इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता है अपने लेवल पे, तो देयर इज ए प्रॉपर प्रोसेस फॉर दिस। आपको इंस्टीट्यूट से एक एनओसी अवेल करना पड़ता है। तो आपको सारा डिटेल्स देने के बाद हमारे एक कमेटी है, वो असेस करता है आपका इंटर्नशिप कितना रिलेवेंट है। अगर रिलेवेंट है, हम लोग उसको हम लोगों के असेसमेंट में पाया जाता है कि वो आपके करियर के लिए या आपके फ्यूचर के लिए बेटर होगा, तो वी कंसिडर और वी गिव यू एन एनओसी। जब एनओसी देते हैं तो उस दौरान आपका सारे अटेंडेंस या सारे पार्ट्स को हम लोग टेक केयर करते हैं। सो दिस इज हाउ वी डू। और जब कोई इंस्टीट्यूट लेवल पे होता है तब तो वो बाय डिफॉल्ट हो ही जाता है। दिस इज हाउ होल थिंग इज प्लान्ड। ओके, आई होप मैंने आपका क्वेश्चन का आंसर दिया है। और
Yes.
किसी को कुछ पूछना है? थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू फॉर द आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन। एनी मोर क्वेश्चन गाइस? Okay, since I said I won't take more time, I consider that you have no question. I would take it as a no. And with this note, thank you guys, everyone, for your time.
सर मेरा एक
Thank
और
you.
क्वेश्चन है।
Okay, please go ahead.
सर जैसे कि हम कॉलेज में पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं 4 साल के लिए, उसमें जैसे हमको गेट का जो प्रिपरेशन करना है कॉलेज की तरफ से, जैसे लाइब्रेरी में दिखलाया गया कि गेट के लिए आपको अलग जो है बुक प्रोवाइड होता है, तो वैसे ही सर कॉलेज में अलग से गेट के लिए एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस भी चलता है जो सिर्फ गेट प्रिपरेशन के लिए हो, जिससे हम समझ पाए कि हाँ गेट एग्जाम को कैसे हमको लगाना है।
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। ये क्या था ना, लॉकडाउन से पहले हम लोग का एक ये यूनिट ही था। हम लोग वी यूज टू कंडक्ट गेट कोचिंग सेशंस, और वो सारे सेशंस कंडक्ट कराए जाते थे एक्सटर्नल एक्सपर्ट से। और आप शायद अवेयर है, गेट फोरम बोल के एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन था, उसके साथ हम लोगों का एक टाई अप था। तो गेट फोरम के ट्रेनर्स यहाँ पे आते थे, बाकायदा एक शेड्यूल होता था, एक रूटीन बेसिस पे हम लोग वो ट्रेनिंग कराते थे। लेकिन जब से लॉकडाउन लगा है तब से ये प्रोग्राम डिस्टर्ब्ड है, बिकॉज उनके ऑनलाइन एक्टिविटी में कुछ इशू है, हमारा एग्रीमेंट कुछ हुआ नहीं। तो आई होप जब फिर से ऑफलाइन एक्टिविटी चालू होगा, वी कुड रिज्यूम दिस एक्टिविटी। अगर ये चालू हो जाता है तो आपका जो कंसर्न है वो पूरी तरह एड्रेस हो जाएगा, बिकॉज वो लोग एकदम थरो प्रोफेशनल्स है, उनके प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेस है मार्केट में, और वो सारे कोर्सेस जो ट्रेनिंग वो प्रोवाइड करते हैं उसके लिए 50 से 60 हजार वो फीस चार्ज करते हैं। लेकिन इंस्टीट्यूट में आपको बिल्कुल मुफ्त में, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट में वो ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करी जाती है, जिसमें इंस्टीट्यूट लेवल फैकल्टी कहीं पे भी इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते हैं। सारे एक्सटर्नल फैकल्टीज, एक्सटर्नल रिसोर्स पर्सन आते हैं। डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस के लिए इंस्टीट्यूट लेवल फैकल्टी ऑलवेज अवेलेबल रहते हैं, और स्टडी मटेरियल भी प्रोवाइड करा जाता है गेट फोरम की तरफ से। ये मैं लॉकडाउन के पहले की बात बोल रहा हूँ। लॉकडाउन जैसे खत्म हो जाएगा, फिजिकल क्लासेस चालू होंगे, तो हम लोग होपफुली वी वुड कम अप विद सिमिलर सॉर्ट ऑफ अरेंजमेंट्स। वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट।
ओके, थैंक यू।
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Hello, good morning, sir.
good morning, who is it?
Sir, I'm Fauzan Mufiz, sir, CSC branch.
Okay, आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है बताएं।
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है सर, जो प्लेसमेंट के लिए जो कंपनी लोग आते हैं सर, वो किस प्रकार के नॉलेज चाहते हैं ताकि हम उस नॉलेज को हम गेन कर सके या प्रिपेयर कर सके?
बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है। आई डोंट थिंक मेरे पास इसका एक सीधा जवाब है, बट मैं कोशिश करूंगा आपका आंसर करने का। इसका कोई वन लाइन आंसर नहीं हो सकता है, बिकॉज एक एक कंपनी का वर्किंग एरिया अलग अलग है। तो मैं अभी से आपको नहीं बता सकता हूँ कि एक कंपनी आएगी ही और वो आपसे वही सवाल ही पूछेंगे, ठीक है। तो वो डिपेंड करता है सिचुएशन पे, बट इन जनरल क्या होता है कि अगर आपका कोई थॉट प्रोसेस है कि आपने सोच के रखा है कि मुझे आईटी कंपनी ज्वाइन करना है, ओके, तो मैं अगर आईटी के रेफरेंस में ये बात बताऊं, तो बेसिकली आपको ये देखना है अभी इंडस्ट्री में क्या ट्रेंड चल रहा है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी इंडस्ट्री में जो लैंग्वेज चलता है आईटी में, सॉफ्टवेयर में, वो है पाइथन, ओके। तो बहुत ज्यादा पाइथन लैंग्वेज चल रहा है, आर चल रहा है। सो दीज आर द थिंग्स। एंड ऑल्सो अभी आपके पास कुछ बहुत सारे ओपन सोर्स प्लेटफॉर्म्स जानना बहुत जरूरी होता है, जैसे गिटहब हो गया। you might have heard, अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर से इंटरेस्टेड है तो ये सारे, जैसे IBM का कॉग्निटिव लर्निंग मॉड्यूल है, तो ये चीजों के साथ आपको अवेयर होना पड़ेगा और ये चीजों को जानना पड़ेगा। अभी बहुत ज्यादा ट्रेंडिंग जो जा रहे हैं वो है ML एंड AI। अब ये एक बहुत बड़ा डोमेन है। इसका मतलब क्या आपको सब कुछ जानना पड़ेगा? नहीं। कोई भी कंपनी कोई फ्रेशर्स को रिक्रूट करता है, वो कभी भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करता है कि आप एक जो है एकदम जैसे होते हैं ना कि सीजन प्लेयर, एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर हो, किस कोई मतलब जब सचिन तेंदुलकर 2013-14 में, या आप मान के चले 2009-10 में जिस तरह के प्लेयर बन गए थे, मतलब हम लोग बोलते थे कि वाज ए प्रो, तो उस तरह का कोई भी एक्सपेक्टेशन कंपनीज को नहीं होता है। कंपनी आपसे एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे, जैसे हमारे अंडर 19 के जो अनम्यूटेड है वो प्लीज इसको म्यूट कर ले। जैसे हमारे अंडर 19 टीम क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप जीती है, तो उनके पास रॉ टैलेंट्स है, ठीक है, उनके पास कोई एस्टैब्लिश स्किल्स नहीं है, तो कंपनीज वो ही मान के चल रही है आप थोड़ा बहुत जानते हैं, लेकिन कंपनीज जो देखेगी आप में लर्निंग एबिलिटी है कि नहीं, आपने सीखने का चाह है कि नहीं, आप क्या नया चीज सीख रहे हैं अपने मतलब एग्जिस्टिंग कोर्स के साथ। तो ये सारा चीज इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि आपके कोर्स में, मान के चलिए आपके कोर्स में ML नहीं है, तो आपने इंटरव्यू के दौरान बताया कि सर आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग ए ML कोर्स, तो कंपनी को लगेगा कि ये बंदा जो है, दिस गाय हैज टेकन ए स्टेप अहेड, वो अपने आप को जो है अपडेट कर रहा है रिसेंट ट्रेंड्स के साथ। तो ये सारा चीज कंपनी देखती है, एंड ऑब्वियसली कंपनी ये भी देखती है कि आप अपने आप को कितना अच्छा से प्रेजेंट करते हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग जो है जो नॉलेजेबल होते हैं, उनके पास नॉलेज है बट वो नॉलेज को प्रेजेंट नहीं कर पाते। तो ये 2-3 चीजें आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि एक कंपनी जो आ रही है जिसके सामने अब आप क्लियर हो रहे हैं, वो कंपनी को आप आइडेंटिफाई करें या उस फील्ड को आइडेंटिफाई करें, उससे रिलेटेड 2-3 स्किल पे आप एक प्राइमरी लेवल ही सही थोड़ा सा नॉलेज एक्वायर करें और उसको बेहतर ढंग से एक्सप्रेस करना सीखिए, ताकि उसको सामने वाले को पता चले कि आपने जितना भी सीखा है उसको कम्युनिकेट करने में आप कैपेबल है। बिसाइड्स कुछ एडिशनल वैल्यू एडिशन कीजिए अपने सीवी में कि आपने एक्स्ट्रा कुछ कोर्सेज किया है, खाली सर्टिफिकेट के लिए नहीं, नॉलेज के लिए, और उससे जुड़े हुए कुछ चीजें भी उनके साथ शेयर कीजिए, तो आपका ये जर्नी फ्रूटफुल होगा। एंड आई होप अगर आपने ये 4 चीज फॉलो किया तो आपको फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ही इंटरव्यू में सक्सेस मिलने का चांसेस 99% है। आई होप मैंने आपको एक आइडिया दिया है, दो इट इज नॉट ए परफेक्ट आंसर बट ऑलमोस्ट एन आइडिया।
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, welcome. So we are running out of time. I guess we have to close this session. Once again, thank you very much, guys, for your patience listening and your follow-up questions. Hope to see you soon in the campus and hope to have a physical interaction soon with all of you. Wishing you all the very best. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ayan. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Habib. So I'm signing off. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this valuable and informative session. We have learned so many things. Everyone is ready, wants any good job. So for that, this session is very important. So with that, we are ending today's session, and yeah, we are ending today's Industry session, and there will be a regular class in your second half. So I'm thanking you all.